of me. And previous to that, I was literacy chair at Tacoma Rotary 8, so I'm excited to have a Rotary 8 member here also. What we're going to be doing today is talking about Sunrise Rotary, sort of where literacy is at right now, and then where I really need your help and where the last 10 minutes is going to be is you giving me input on where you want literacy to go for the future with Sunrise Rotary.
Did you turn it on?
Okay. So I'll be talking for 10 to 15 minutes about what is literacy, showing some of our guiding documents for our organization, talk about where we are in the present, and then we'll have small group discussions for about 10 minutes, and it's going to include you choosing a goal. So as you're listening to this, think about goal setting and what goal you think would be good for our organization. I did want to give you an email that I received this week. I sent a thank you to Fleet Feet for speaking last week. I hope you enjoyed their speech. I unfortunately wasn't able to be here because of jury duty. And they did say, they responded back saying it was our pleasure and that the group was kind, gracious, and wonderful listeners. She doesn't know what animals we are, so you can just be yourself with me. So what is literacy? Well, this looks like literacy to me. There's two kids, cute kids, they could be in any Tacoma school, they're reading a book. This looks like literacy to me too. It's a kid, and literacy, let me think, reading, writing, he's writing. Okay, so we've got reading and writing going on together in literacy. Now this picture's a little confusing. Why would I put this one up here? It's not a cute little kid. There's not even a paper that she's writing on. Maybe she's reading her screen. Well, literacy is much bigger than just reading and writing on paper. Literacy can mean having an ability to do something. So literacy, health literacy, being able to navigate through our healthcare system. You know, we think of just reading and writing, but there are other forms of literacy too. So if we look at the actual definition of literacy, it's the ability to read and write, which is what we traditionally think about. However, literacy is actually the competence or knowledge in a specified area. And you gotta love this, Google says wine literacy can't be taught in 3 hours. So we can include wine in this. So we've done a lot in our organization, and when I came on board and Janet said, you know, we really want to focus on literacy, you know, we haven't really focused on literacy, I looked at everything we were doing and it's like, holy smokes, we're doing so many literacy things. We just need to label it as that. We need to look at this definition and realize that we have been focused on literacy. So let's talk a little bit about the guiding documents. Since we're going to talk about goal setting, I just wanted to refresh our memories to keep this in mind. First, we have the 4-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Is it beneficial? And then for those who are visiting, our Rotary here also asks, is it fun? We have our mission and core values. Our mission is we improve our community today and inspire our leaders of tomorrow. Well, literacy certainly follows that mission. And then our core values are we build partnerships, we help kids, we make a difference, and we have fun. So we've got to make sure that our literacy program right now is following those core values, and as we set goals in the future, we need to keep those core values in mind. I also pulled out the vision statements that everybody worked on. This was prior to my being here. And I tried to pull out the ones that I felt were applicable to literacy. So I've highlighted in my shaky yellow highlighter the ones that I thought were appropriate for literacy. So for 2012 to 13, we stated locally we found an ongoing project and partner and also have a couple of ad hoc projects a year. And internationally, we partnered with another Rotary Club to support an international project. I just want to ask to make sure, as we're setting goals for the future, have we met those two already? Karen or Janet?
I would say we're in the process of
working with Palmer Scholars as a partner and to help kids succeed, which certainly would fall into literacy. The water project that we're supporting is focused on school children, and kids can't learn if they're not healthy, and so I think that fits too.
Karen's doing great. So you're taking a project that we have and then looking at what component of it is literacy already, or if not, how can we add literacy to it? So for 2013 and 14, it says our new community project is gaining momentum and we are looking for another partner for more involvement as well as one-time opportunities to help out. And then for 2014-15, locally our projects are going well, both the single and long-term. Internationally, we're starting another project. In 2015-2016, locally our involvement with 2 long-term projects, ongoing needs, have gained some recognition in the community. And internationally, we're investigating another project. Now these are huge visions, you know, whether we meet them or not. I don't know if that's important to me. What's important are we striving towards those goals? Are we designing our programs to meet those goals? So let's talk about our programs. Why do we focus on literacy? Well, Rotary knows that literacy is an essential ingredient for reducing poverty, improving health, encouraging community and economic development, and promoting peace. And where does that come from? It comes from the Literacy Award. So District 5020 has a number of awards, and you can see the second one down I bolded. It's the District 5020 Literacy Award, which we've gotten for 2 years now, which is just fabulous. In order to get that award, we have to do at least 5 literacy-related activities. Some other awards are the Presidential Citation Award, which recognizes Rotary clubs that achieve an array of accomplishments that help them become stronger. Have we ever won that one? No? No? Another one is down here, the Significant Achievement Award, presidential recognition of a club activity which addresses a significant problem or need in the community. Has Sunrise Rotary ever won that one? We've applied for it this year. She doesn't know if winners have been selected. That is cool. So out of these club awards, we've been winning this one. We've applied for this one. There's also a water project one, greater effort, dollars spent per capita on clean water and sanitation projects. So I'm mentioning these just because, wow, they may be cool to incorporate into goals too. Don't know if we're there yet, but we will. So then let's talk about what we're doing. So I went through our pictures, which was really fun. And the first picture I pulled out was a picture from Santa Breakfast, and so I'm looking at that going, you know, is this literacy? Heck yeah. We're giving out books during Santa Breakfast. So are we giving out mainly children's picture books, or are we giving out books to high schoolers?
Well, not very many high schoolers show up for Santa Breakfast,
Yeah.
but we have a range of books that are available, so they get to choose.
Okay, so there's a range of books that are available for the kids to choose that will show up. So we're probably serving children's ages 0 to 10?
A little higher, yeah.
0 to 12.
Yeah.
So 0 to 12, fabulous. How many kids do you think we serve with that?
I'd take a rough guess at about 500, maybe a little higher.
Wow. Okay, 500 kids, 0 to 12. That's a great activity. Let's keep that one and keep going with it. Okay, so the next thing, I looked at our blog and I'm seeing the speakers here that we've recorded, and here's one from Ruth Anderson, Tacoma Literacy Council. Well, that's our second activity for the 5 activities we need for the award. We have speakers every year that are related to literacy, from Teresa Maxwell at Communities and Schools to we just had Jane Carlin speak from UPS Collins Library. The next one is Roseanne and Dan. Are they literacy? And absolutely, they have been some of our most consistent tutors. We've tutored with Communities and Schools. We've tutored with Read to Me and Communities and Schools. We tried to this year. So Roseanne, Dave, me, Dan, Sandy. Did I miss anyone who's been doing tutoring? Okay. So lots of tutoring. So those that are here from the district government level, we're a Rotary of 50 people, and you can see how many tutors we have. I won't talk about bigger organizations that I volunteered with that didn't have as many tutors.
I just been appointed to the advisory board of Region.
Wow. Okay. That's wonderful that you're on the advisory board for Region. Wow, impressive. Okay. The next thing is Roundtable Pizza doing some fundraising, and it's Roundtable Pizza literacy. Well, it is, because Roundtable Pizza has been supporting, and Lance have been supporting our Stewart Middle School incentive programs. So last year we gave small gift rewards for reading quantities of books, like chapstick, things like that. And then in 2013, 2014, we did a pizza party for reading books, and Marv arranged that, and Lance. So then I have a Spanish picture of Marv, and I had asked him to speak today, and it was unfortunate that he can't be here. Marv has been so instrumental in making sure that our literacy programs happen. And so Marv sets up for us every year Junior Achievement Business Day. And last year with JA program, Bob was there, Dan, Dave, Karen, me, Marv, Roseanne. This year is Cameron, Dina, Dan, Karen, me, Marv, Richard, anyone else? Okay, I got everybody's names. It's a lot of names. And then our sixth activity are one-time events. Last year, Janet did a Stewart Library Day. This year, for representing our Rotary, I went to United Way tutoring recruitment event and to Reman Hall Book Club. So now I want to ask, here's another activity that we do, Courage Classic. Is this literacy?
Oh, yeah.
How?
All answers supposed to be yes.
Exactly, our knowledge is supposed to be yes. So I just wanted to plant this seed for you guys to think about. Could this program be enhanced with a literacy component? We're really good at doing that with our other programs. Is this literacy? Okay, how's it literacy right now? They're scholars, they're students. Okay, so everything that we do for a kid. I'm thinking that if we do start mentoring these students and providing them with financial advice, that we could call it a literacy program. So I'm very excited about the potential of us working with Palmer Scholars to provide formal mentorship on that. But if there are other ways we can call it literacy, please do tell me, because we can add it on to the list of things we've been applying for the award with Rotary for. And then, okay, I ran into these pictures of like pirates. I was like, well, not sure what it is, but.
Best auction ever.
Best auction ever, okay.
I like that.
I have no idea how this is literacy or how you make it literacy. It's just plain fun. Okay, so we have 6 consistent literacy activities: Santa breakfast, speakers, tutors, Stewart Middle School incentive programs, and Stewart JA, and then our one-time events. We've got that done. We're perfect at those. Nothing needed. I know how to do those. I know how to lead those. We have Bruce Caddy, who deserves kudos for figuring out how to enhance yet another one of our programs. So with our speaker gifts, instead of giving them cool things like cups or the little hourglass. Oh, cool! I get one. We're gonna. King's Books is offering us a discount on books that we will purchase, and then we'll allow the speaker to choose a book out of the ones we've chosen from King's Books, and the speaker can sign it, or the speaker can write something inspirational in it. And we're going to give it to Miriam Barnett's YWCA Domestic Violence Shelter for the kids there. The kids will be able to take the book and take it home if they stay at the shelter. So that's just fabulous. And then the international project, there's schools in Papua New Guinea, I believe we're financially supporting now. Is that right? I was just talking to Jan the other night. So this we could probably count as literacy. So can you believe that we have this very rich, serving many different children, literacy program, and we have spent no additional dollars on it? We have no budget for literacy. So we have been very smart in incorporating literacy, and hopefully we can continue to do that. So now's the part where you come in. We need a new goal. We've met our goals. We can't, just sit there on our laurels. We need to move forward and try to win more awards. So what I'm going to do is I put some Post-it notes down on the tables. Does everybody have a few Post-it notes, each person? There's also pens. Grab a pen. Okay. And we really need everybody to participate in this. The reason why you're needed is, I don't have the historical knowledge of Sunrise Tacoma. I don't know what you tried 10 years ago and worked, and maybe you want to try again. I don't have any children, so if you're a parent with kids, I don't know what's realistic to ask a parent to do as far as volunteering or contributing money. So each one of you has a knowledge base that's very important that's going to help us set a solid goal. So the first thing is, when you're setting this goal, remember that the new goal must be congruent with the 4-way test, the mission and core values, and our vision. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. I'm not going to start yet. And I've put a list below of some of the ideas that I mentioned in this presentation, or you can come up with your own idea. So the ideas are: pursue District 5020 Presidential Citation Award, pursue the District 5020 Significant Achievement Award, add a literacy component to Courage Classic, add a literacy component to the Challenge Scholarships, investigating surveying adults, specifically parents, because an illiterate parent can't help their kid with homework. Any other ideas? Working with MDC, whatever you think. So what I'd like you to do is think about a goal that follows the rules, that you feel like you could back 100%, that you would feel proud that our Rotary is doing. And you can choose it from this list, or you can make your own. And I want you to just write it on that Post-it note, and I'm going to give you 3 minutes. There is absolutely no wrong answer. Every answer you give is correct. And visitors and governors are welcome to vote also. You're all Rotarians or prospective Rotarians. We love your input.
You just work it.
Individually, or is it? I think we're all supposed to write our ideas
So the
down.
awards, different awards, to go back. Okay. So the Presidential Citation Award was an award that recognizes Rotary clubs that achieve an array of accomplishments that help them become stronger, deliver effective service, and enhance their public image. The Significant Achievement Award is presidential recognition of a club activity which addresses a significant problem or need in the community. A district selects one project and submits nomination to Rotary International. Those are big goals. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is there's a piece of paper that says round 1 on your table. Can you just stick the stickies to that? So pass it around the table, stick your sticky to it. We're going to have Pete speaking next, so if you want to pass it around the table again after all the stickies are on it, and you can sort of look and see what your table put down. You're welcome to if you want to. I'm going to collect them at the end, and then what I'll do is begin back to where we're at and the ideas we have. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. And you do get to get one of these since you were our speaker, and a very good one, I might add. This little hourglass that we've been giving speakers this year. Thank you for sharing your time and valuable knowledge. And I am so super thrilled with what we're doing next year with Bruce's and Kathleen's idea to have books go to the YWCA shelter. It's just awesome. So now I'd like to turn it over to Pete. He has a few things he wants to mention, and I think it includes the Literacy Award we did get this year. It hasn't quite made our way. Scott can explain why maybe, but Pete, would you like to have the floor?
You never give a microphone to a district governor for the final few words, but anyway, we'll try to, they will be final. I've only got 2 more weeks to do with this thing. Anyway, thank you, past President-elect Karen. Anyway, good day. And I say that after landing at the airport at 6 o'clock last night after 3 weeks in Australia. And you realize, of course, it is now 12:30 in the morning in Sydney. So if I fall asleep during my own presentation, at least I know I'll be in good company. It's the goal of every district governor to visit every club twice, but it never happens. If the first time around you get through 88 clubs, about the end of November, and if you're lucky, you can visit probably about 40 or 50 more the second time. Didn't quite get there. My wife broke her femur, so that blew all the August visits into January. Then you have PETS and the LPA and the district conference and the international convention. So didn't get to the others, but they did get here. This is one of my favorite clubs. One of my backyard clubs when I was assistant governor. So happy to be here, and particularly happy to be here for Kathleen's presentation as a well-groomed alum of Tacoma 8. Hated to see her go, but really glad to see you, Kathleen, that you've settled in so nicely here. All right. Actually, the reason I'm here, outside of love for the club, I was hoping to come and finish off the Nerf ball tennis tournament, but Janet wasn't able to do it, and Rob is not even here. So that's the way it is. So all I can do is wish him good luck and congratulations on the graduation of his daughter from high school. All right. Australia was the best run Rotary International Convention that I've ever been to. Everything worked. They had 5 exclusive trains, dedicated trains going from the central station out to the venue. And so you just got around very nicely. It's a great city. It's a ball. It is expensive. It's even more expensive than Canada. But if you want to have a good time, go to Sydney. And we saw a few other places, The Rock and Melbourne and Cairns. It's not Cairns, Cairns. Anyway, good time. One of the things that came out during the convention is simply membership is lagging worldwide. And their concern there is twofold. Number one, money for the foundation. For fewer clubs, we don't get as much. And secondly, they are concerned that somewhere along the way, the geographic center, population-wise, of Rotary might move to Europe, out of Evanston. If more people contribute their votes and ideas to the Council on Legislation and someone moves to move it to Bern, Switzerland, or something like that, it could happen. So we couldn't lose it. So I can only ask you, and once again, ask you again the second time to work on the membership. You're moving along okay. You've been between 44 and 50 over the last 5 or 6 years. But if every single club in Rotary netted a new member, we would have 34,000 new members. So please give your best to that. Certainly, one of the most exciting things that I learned today was that you are really making progress on the Lincoln Interact Club. So I noticed This goes back second longest of anything that I'm aware of in this district. The longest thing is trying to set up a Rotary at PLU. Different clubs have been working on that for years, but once again, it might happen this year. So I really wish you the best, and I hope, even though I will be a lowly past district governor, if you get that thing going and have a chartering ceremony, I would love to come to that, because I know there's been a lot of blood, sweat over trying to get that thing done. So congratulations on getting it this far. Yes. As far as the goals go on the screen, presidential citation, every club in the district should go after that. But the predication is an increase of membership. So if you don't have an increase in membership during a year, you can't even apply for it. So keep that going. And you certainly should be applying for the service above self-award. You just have enough stuff going to do that and to qualify. It just takes time to put it together. A lot of the things in Rotary are like that, but very worthwhile. Well, I'm almost out of here. You only have one meeting left. I still got 5 or 6 I'm going to make, plus a few installation dinners. But I would like to thank you, Karen, for the great job that you've done. Bruce, I know you'll pick it up and run very well. And thank you, Rich and Rick, for your continued support of the foundation. And I just simply would like to leave by thanking you for what you've done during my year as district governor and wishing you the best in the future. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. We're glad that we're one of the clubs that you visited twice.